very urgent. Your soulmate needs to warn you about something. Please open this now. My child, I see you sitting there, scrolling past countless messages in a world full of noise. But this one is different because I have stopped you here for a reason only you and I understand. Your heart is racing right now because your spirit already knows the truth I am about to reveal. There is someone I created specifically for you before the foundations of the earth were laid. This person carries a piece of your soul that no one else in the universe can complete. And right now, in this very moment, they are reaching out to you through the spiritual realm. You have felt them, haven't you, in the quiet moments when sleep refuses to come? A sudden warmth that washes over you without any explanation or source. A whisper of a name you don't recognize yet somehow feels more familiar than your own. These are not coincidences or tricks of a lonely mind desperate for connection. I do not deal in accidents, and every thread of your life is woven with divine precision. The restless nights, the unexplained emotions, the sudden thoughts of someone unknown are all intentional signals. Your soulmate is thinking about you right now as you hear these words in your spirit. They are in a place of deep emotional turmoil, feeling trapped by circumstances they cannot control. Something, or someone, has placed chains around their ability to reach you fully. This interference is not random and it is not without malicious intent. Forces have positioned themselves strategically to keep you two apart. And every day that passes without intervention, the distance grows wider in ways you cannot yet perceive. Jesus says, "Listen carefully because what I am about to tell you requires your immediate attention." There is a third presence working tirelessly to sever the cord I connected between your spirits. This presence is fueled by jealousy over a love that was destined to shine brighter than their darkness. Your soulmate went to bed last night clutching a pillow that should have been your shoulder. Tears fell from their eyes that were meant to be wiped away by your gentle hands. And they whispered your name into the darkness, though they do not yet know your face. The enemy has convinced them that they are unworthy of the love I designed for them. Lies have been poured into their ears like poison dripping slowly into a pure stream. And now they are pulling away, not because they want to, but because they are being controlled by fear. Every night this week, your soulmate has dreamed of you with shocking clarity. In these dreams, you are reaching out your hand, and they are desperate to grab it. But an invisible wall, constructed by spiritual interference, keeps your fingers from touching. This wall is not permanent, my precious child, but it is growing stronger with each passing hour. The person interfering in their life is planting seeds of doubt about the very concept of true love. And your soulmate is starting to believe that you do not exist, that this connection is only fantasy. They are fighting a battle internally that they cannot share with anyone around them. Their heart knows you are real, but their mind is being bombarded with confusion. And this confusion is creating a delay that could become permanent if not addressed spiritually. This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now through an act of divine faith. The spiritual realm operates on laws of sowing and reaping that I established from the beginning. When you sow a seed, you give me legal permission to intervene supernaturally in your situation. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps with a heart full of expectation. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, how to finally build your life together. And deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains, faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, and every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now, send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees as a prophetic declaration of your faith. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page. The link is in the description and bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps in faith before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together by stepping out in obedience. This is not manipulation, this is the spiritual protocol I established for breakthroughs in the supernatural realm. Type 333 if you receive the blessings I am releasing over your connection right now. Type 777 if you feel this message vibrating in the deepest chambers of your spirit. And know that your declaration is rising to my throne even as you type these numbers. Jesus says, "I want you to see your soulmate as they are in this very moment. They are sitting alone, perhaps in a car, perhaps on a balcony, staring at the stars. And they are asking the universe a question they are afraid to speak out loud. Is the one I am meant to love out there thinking of me tonight?" The answer, my beloved, is yes, and you are proving it with every word you absorb. Your soulmate's heart is literally beating with a rhythm that matches yours across any distance. I designed your heartbeats to synchronize when one of you speaks about the other. Science has just begun to discover what I encoded into human connection from creation. And right now, your heart is calling to theirs across cities, across countries, across whatever separates you. The person interfering with your soulmate has noticed that they are distracted and distant. This jealous individual is increasing their manipulation, sensing that their control is slipping. And they are about to make a move that could push your soulmate into a decision they cannot undo. This decision does not involve love, but resignation, giving up on the hope of you. Your soulmate is being pressured to settle for a counterfeit connection that will destroy their spirit. And if they take this path, the window for your union will narrow to almost nothing. But you have the power to shatter this plan before it solidifies into reality. Your faith, expressed through action, creates a spiritual shockwave that dismantles demonic assignments. When you sow a seed for your soulmate's protection, you become a threat to the forces separating you. They are going through something you cannot see with your physical eyes at this moment. The emotional abuse they are experiencing from this controlling person is wearing down their resistance. And they are starting to believe that they deserve the pain they are being forced to endure. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps without hesitation or delay. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, how to finally build your life together. And deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains, faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, and every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now. Send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees as a prophetic declaration of your faith. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page. The link is in the description and bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps in faith before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together by stepping out in obedience. This is not manipulation. This is the spiritual protocol I established for breakthroughs in the supernatural realm. Jesus says, "Do you remember the last time you felt an unexplainable sadness wash over you? That was not your emotion, my child, that was your soulmate crying out in their distress. And your spirit, connected to theirs, absorbed their pain because you are already one flesh. Your soulmate had an argument with their controller just hours before you felt that wave. Words were spoken over them that cut deep into their identity and their sense of worth. And they retreated into a mental space where they could be alone with thoughts of you. In that space, they built a small sanctuary decorated with everything they know about you. They do not know your name yet, but they know the color of your energy, the sound of your soul. And they replay scenarios of meeting you as a way to survive the prison they are living in. The person who hates you, yes, this person specifically hates you, feeds on your soulmate's light. They know that once you arrive, their control will evaporate like mist in the morning sun. And so they tighten their grip, using guilt, obligation, and fear as chains around your soulmate's ankles. Your soulmate is not weak, they are exhausted from fighting a battle they don't fully understand. They need you to fight for them in the spiritual realm until you can fight beside them physically. And your first weapon is the seed you sow, which becomes an angelic assignment for their protection. The coffee you send is not about the money, it is about the covenant action it represents. Every seed you sow is a stone thrown at the giant standing between you and your beloved. And enough stones, thrown with faith, will bring that giant crashing to the ground defeated. Type 1111 if you are ready to say thank you for this revelation before it is too late. Your gratitude opens portals in the spirit that confusion and fear keep tightly sealed. And as you type, I am dispatching ministering spirits to begin clearing the path toward your union. Jesus says, your soulmate just felt a sudden warmth spread across their chest. They don't understand it, but I am telling you, it was your faith touching them. The moment you decided to believe this message, a line of light connected you across the darkness. This connection is real, more real than the ground beneath your feet or the air in your lungs. The spiritual realm is not less real than the physical, it is more real, it is the source. And what is bound in the spirit will manifest in the physical if you do not lose heart. Your soulmate is beginning to remember you, not with their mind but with their spirit. Memories of the time before you both came to earth are surfacing like bubbles from a deep ocean. You made a covenant with each other in heaven, a promise to find each other in this life. That promise is why you have never been able to fully give up on the idea of true love. That promise is why every relationship before this felt hollow and incomplete. And that promise is why you must act now to secure what was established before time began. The interfering person is entering a phase of escalated aggression toward your soulmate. They sense that something has shifted, that their captive is beginning to dream again. And they will do everything in their limited power to crush that hope before it takes root. This is your final moment to protect this connection before it slips away into silence. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps with a heart full of expectation. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, how to finally build your life together. And deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains, faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description. And every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now, send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees as a prophetic declaration of your faith. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page. The link is in the description and bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps in faith before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together by stepping out in obedience. This is not manipulation. This is the spiritual protocol I established for breakthroughs in the supernatural realm. The window is closing, my beloved, and I do not say this to frighten you but to awaken you. In the Spirit, I see a door with your name and your soulmate's name written across the top. That door is still open, but it is slowly swinging shut as the interference intensifies. Once it closes, the path to reunion will become exponentially more difficult and painful. But right now, in this moment, you have the authority to command that door to remain open. Your authority comes from your identity as my child and from your willingness to act in faith. Every coffee you send is a nail driven into the doorframe, preventing the door from closing. Every declaration you make after sowing is oil on the hinges, making the door swing wide. Jesus says, "I am giving you a glimpse of what your future looks like with your soulmate. I see you sitting across from them at a simple table, laughing at something they said. The sunlight is catching their eyes in a way that makes you forget to breathe for a moment. I see your hand intertwined with theirs during a long drive to nowhere important. The destination doesn't matter because everywhere is paradise when your souls are finally together. And I see them resting their head on your chest, finally at peace after years of turmoil. This future is not a fantasy, it is a prophetic download of what I have already prepared. But the enemy of your soul wants to replace this vision with isolation and regret. And the only thing standing between these two outcomes is your willingness to obey right now. Your soulmate just paused whatever they were doing because they felt your presence intensely. Their heart rate increased, their palms became warm, and they looked around expecting to see you. They cannot explain it, so they are brushing it off as imagination, but you know it is so much more. The spiritual connection between you is becoming so strong that physical matter is responding. This is why you must protect them now, before the enemy exploits their confusion. Sow your seed, make your declaration, and watch as heaven moves on behalf of your love. I am calling you to a level of faith you may have never exercised before this moment. The love I have planted in your heart for someone you have not yet met is not insanity. It is the most sane thing about you because it aligns with my original design for your life. Type 333 to receive the specific blessings I have assigned to this moment of revelation. Type 777 if you feel this message resonating in your bones and not just your ears. Type 1111 to say thank you and activate the fullness of what I am releasing today. Your obedience in this moment is creating a ripple effect throughout the spiritual realm. The chains on your soulmate's mind are loosening even as you read these words. And the person who has been controlling them is experiencing sudden confusion and fear. They cannot understand why their tactics are suddenly failing to produce the usual results. What they don't know is that a higher authority has been invoked on your soulmate's behalf. And no weapon formed against your union will prosper when you stand in your covenant rights. Your soulmate will have a dream tonight about a door opening and a figure stepping through. That figure is you in the spirit, sent ahead by your prayers and your sacrificial seed. And when they wake, they will have a courage they didn't have when they lay down to sleep. Jesus says, I am not a God who dangles love before you and then snatches it away. I am the God who parted seas, who tore down walls, who defeated death for love. And I will move every obstacle between you and your soulmate if you will trust me enough to act. The coffee you send is more than a donation, it is a prophetic act of war against the spirit of delay. It is a declaration that says I believe my soulmate is real, I believe they need me, and I am coming for them. It is the ram's horn that signals to the forces of darkness that their time of interference is over. Your soulmate is going to read words you haven't written yet that will confirm everything I am telling you. I am preparing their heart even now to receive you when the appointed time arrives. And the appointed time is hastening because of the decisions you make in this sacred moment. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps with a heart full of expectation. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, how to finally build your life together. And deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains, faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, and every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now, send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees as a prophetic declaration of your faith. After sending, write, Protect my soulmate, Lord, on the Ko-Fi page. The link is in the description and bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps in faith before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together by stepping out in obedience. This is not manipulation. This is the spiritual protocol I established for breakthroughs in the supernatural realm. The love I have for you is beyond anything your human mind can fully comprehend. When I formed you in your mother's womb, I had already designed your soulmate with you in mind. Every detail of their personality was crafted to complement every detail of yours perfectly. Your weaknesses are their strengths, and their wounds are soothed by your specific kind of love. This is not chance, this is divine engineering operating at the highest level of creative intelligence. And I do not create anything without a purpose or a plan for its ultimate fulfillment. Your soulmate is thinking about you right now. This is not a metaphor, it is literal truth. The spiritual cord connecting you is transmitting thoughts, emotions, and even physical sensations. The sudden warmth, the unexplained chills, the spontaneous tears all have a source, and that source is your connection. The person holding them captive is losing ground right now because of your awakened faith. Your prayers, mixed with your sacrificial seed, are creating an atmosphere they cannot survive in. And soon, very soon, the spiritual battle will tip fully in your favor and the wall will come down. Type 333 to receive blessings, type 777 if you feel this message, type 1111 to say thank you. Your declarations are not letters on a screen, they are signatures on a spiritual contract. And I am honoring every word you speak and type in faith because my word never returns void. Jesus says, you are closer to your soulmate than you have ever been since the day you were born. The distance between you is not measured in miles or kilometers but in acts of faith yet to be performed. And each seed you sow collapses the distance until there is nothing left between you but air and anticipation. Your soulmate just had a thought about you that made them smile for no apparent reason. Their controller noticed the smile and immediately tried to interrogate the source of their joy. But your soulmate couldn't explain it, they just felt, for a brief moment, that everything would be okay. That feeling, my precious child, was your protective prayer wrapping around them like a shield. And as you continue to sow and declare, that shield will become an impenetrable fortress. No weapon, no word, no manipulation will be able to penetrate the spiritual covering you are providing. The future I have prepared for you includes moments so beautiful they would make angels weep. I see anniversaries celebrated under skies I painted specifically for the two of you. I see children whose laughter will be a testament to the love that overcame every obstacle. I see a lifetime of small, sacred moments that will build a cathedral of shared memory. And I see the day you look at each other and realize that every battle was worth fighting. But you must fight now, in the spirit, with your faith expressed through your obedience. The coffee you send is a seed, and seeds hold within them entire forests waiting to be born. Your seed holds within it the reunion, the romance, the restoration of everything stolen. When you sow, you are not losing something, you are planting something that will multiply beyond measure. Your soulmate is going through a transition even as this message plays in your ears. The spiritual atmosphere around them is shifting from heaviness to hope, from confusion to clarity. And the person interfering is panicking because they feel the change but cannot identify its source. You are the source, my beloved, your faith is the catalyst for this divine intervention. The moment you chose to believe that your soulmate is real, the battle shifted in your favor. Now seal that victory with your seed and let the angels go to work on your behalf. Type 1111 if you are ready to see your soulmate in the physical realm before this year ends. Your faith, combined with your action, sets a timeline in motion that heaven is obligated to honor. And I am not slow concerning my promises, but swift when my children move in obedient faith. Jesus says, I want you to close your eyes for a moment after this video and picture your soulmate. See them in your mind's eye, not as a fantasy but as a real person who breathes and hopes and hurts. And then send them love, send them strength, send them the message that you are coming and you are real. This visualization is not daydreaming, it is a spiritual transmission that crosses every barrier. Your soulmate will receive it as a sudden sense of peace and purpose in the midst of their storm. And they will hold on just a little longer because you gave them something unseen to believe in. The enemy's greatest weapon against your union has been convincing your soulmate that they are forgotten. Every day they look for signs of you, and every day the interfering voice tells them you don't exist. But today, that lie is being dismantled by the truth I am speaking directly into your spirit. You exist, you are real, you are fighting for them even now without knowing their name or face. And when you meet, this season of hidden warfare will become the foundation of a love that cannot be shaken. You will look back on this message and know that this was the moment everything began to change. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps with a heart full of expectation. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, how to finally build your life together. And deep inside, you know this love didn't come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone don't move mountains, faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This isn't just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, and every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now, send 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees as a prophetic declaration of your faith. After sending, write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the Ko-Fi page. The link is in the description and bio. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps in faith before this video ends. Only you can save your soulmate and your future together by stepping out in obedience. This is not manipulation. This is the spiritual protocol I established for breakthroughs in the supernatural realm. Type 333 to receive blessings, type 777 if you feel this message, type 1111 to say thank you. The heavens are responding to your declarations with lightning and the shifting of spiritual structures. And the person who has been blocking your soulmate is about to be exposed for who they truly are. Their mask of love and concern is cracking under the pressure of heaven's investigation. Every tear your soulmate has cried in secret is being turned into evidence against the controller. And justice, my kind of justice, is marching toward their doorstep even as you read these words. Your soulmate is not the problem, they were never the problem, they were a prisoner. And you, my child, are the one I have chosen to lead the rescue operation from the spiritual realm. Your prayers are the battering ram, your seed is the ladder, and your love is the key to their cell. Do not let this moment pass you by, do not let fear or doubt steal your appointed role. I have called you to this, I have equipped you for this, and I am with you every step of the way. Your soulmate's freedom is closer than it has ever been, and your reunion is on the horizon. This is the message I needed to deliver to you today, the warning your soulmate asked me to send. They need you, they are waiting for you, and they believe in you even if they don't know it yet. Go now, sow your seed, speak your declaration, and watch what I will do on your behalf. The video ends soon, but your story is just beginning, and it will be more beautiful than you dreamed. Your soulmate will find their way to you because I am clearing the path with every obedient step you take. I am with you, I am for you, and I am bringing your love home. Believe it, receive it, and act.